Dave Lundin. I'm the medical director for High Places. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm the one that administers the field medical treatment for trachoma and distributes the mosquito nets for High Places. I've been doing it for 8 years. It started out as Cape buffalo hunting, and then I saw the need for the children to have their eyes treated, but I couldn't remember what it was until I got back to the States. And I realized what the disease was and how easy it was to treat. Being a typical American, I thought, well, somebody ought to do something about that. I do it for 2 reasons. One of them, I don't look like it, but I'm a nurse, really. I have a license and everything. So I think it's part of the deal in your healthcare. You need to give back to people who don't have a chance. So being able to do that is a blessing. And then I've been truly blessed in my life. I mean, I don't have any kids, so I've got these. And I have the wherewithal, I have the knowledge, and I have the ability to go do it. You spread all the blessings you have with other people that don't have them, they'll appreciate it. And every time you leave a clinic, the little kids say the same thing, the teachers say the same thing, the medical guys will tell you the same thing. They'll say, with God's blessings, you'll be back. And they mean it. The humanitarian objective of this trip was to initiate the trachoma project in north central Namibia and distribute mosquito nets since they had record floods last year. These mosquito nets, we bought them in Otavi, Namibia. They're insecticide treated with DDT. So not only does it keep the mosquito away from the child when they're sleeping under their bed nets, but if the mosquito, or when he lands on it, or she lands on it, to get in the net to figure out a way to get him, they passively absorb it and it kills them. And DDT is a wonderful insecticide when used properly. So we were able to complete the mission in that we distributed the nets, 1,200 nets, and treated 1,019 children with vitamin A this year to prevent the eye diseases from increasing and to increase their eye health. This trip we had Jim Markle from Red Ox came and did the camera work, and he also did some administration of nets and things like this, just miscellaneous stuff. Plus he was the chef, which is very important. Wade Stein came from Lewistown, and he did anything we needed him to do. Deliver nets, weigh the kids, hand out meds, load the trucks. And then Hans Diekman, who lives in Namibia, his nickname is Hama, he went because he could get a break from work, plus he's a local. So he could go, he knew who to talk to in case we got in an area we didn't quite know what's going on. We have American accents, even though most people in Namibia speak English, they sound, it's different English. I mean, they look at us like, what are you speaking? So it's very helpful to have him go. Before I've hired locals to translate for me and hire a local to cook. And it's always a mission to make sure everybody knows what they're supposed to go on. With these guys, since they're all Americans, except for Hans, it was easy. And I typically like to take anybody who wants to volunteer to go. They can contact me, they can contact Jim. We're working right now on a High Places website, which you'll be able to email me. A lot of people want to go, and then they think about it for a little bit, and they think, why don't we just give you a check? Which is fine. And I promise you that money gets on the ground. Ancillary expenses are paid by myself. Airfare, food, fuel, staff costs, the truck, maintenance on the truck. The only thing we spend the money on is medicine and nets. So for $10, you can actually save somebody's life and prevent them from getting trachoma for a year and save their life for 3 years. That's not that big. That's a pretty good investment. Even if you never see the kid, just to know you can affect their life that way. So I have receipts, the transparency's there. People can see exactly where their money goes. You can look at the film, you can see piles of nets in the truck. We've treated 13,192 so far since '03 and delivered 5,000 mosquito nets. We're planning for 2010 to go the 24th of July, start working on the 27th, and be home the 14th of August. So the plan this year is to at least see 2,000 kids. Since these clinics are going to be organized for us prior, at the last clinic we were able to meet with the central director of the director of the medical teams for the Central District in Namibia, Sakana Taiapi, and he was more than pleased to meet with us, and he told us that he would facilitate all the clinics for next year. Yeah, by receiving the approval and the blessing from the Chief Medical Officer of the Central District and the Director of the Central District for Medicine, this will facilitate everything. The doors will be wide open. We won't have to worry about any government intervention, which we don't usually have to worry about in Namibia anyway. But it'll be very well received at all the orphanages we go to, wherever they deem the clinics to be necessary. So this is going to be it should be a much more fruitful trip. It should be somewhat, not necessarily easier, but more efficient.